You are looking live. Rentschler Field tonight, historic happenings in 78 minutes. Wait, it's counting up, not counting down. See the scoreboard there. The United States, Ecuador. Big story, of course, Landon Donovan's last cap with the national team. Bob Lee's there.
On 10-10, October 10th, the man synonymous with the 10 shirt, Landon Donovan, will wear it for the 157th and final time for the USA. USA arriving here in East Hartford. Jurgen Klinsmann speaking with our Monica Gonzalez moments ago.
Coach, tonight America celebrates its greatest soccer player of all time. How are you planning on addressing the team prior to the game?
Well, we addressed the team telling all the players to make it a very special evening for Landon. Obviously, it's an international game. We want to do well. We want to beat Ecuador. But first of all, we want to give Landon a wonderful farewell. So he's going to play the first half an hour. He's going to be captain, leading the team out there on the field. And hopefully, we really hope he enjoys every second of it.
You have a lot of young guys on the roster. What would you like for them to learn from Landon Donovan?
Well, there's plenty to learn from Landon. I mean, he had an amazing career, an outstanding career. I think he lifted the game here in this country in a tremendous way over the last 15 years. You know, he helped soccer grow unbelievably. And the players know that, you know. So when you talk about Landon to younger players, you tell them to take an example on many steps that he did, many struggles also that he had, and always to fight your way through. And we are hoping now building another cycle, a next cycle with a lot of young players. So we hopefully give them the right messages.
Thank you, Coach. Bob?
Thanks, Monica. With Alexi Lalas, Casey Keller. Turn the page, pass the torch, pick your analogy. A night to reflect and remember.
Absolutely. I mean, this is going to be a special night for him and for U.S. soccer fans. For me, Landon Donovan is the greatest male soccer player ever to play the game for the U.S. He is incredibly exciting and inspiring, but he also at times was incredibly frustrating for the decisions that he made on and off the field. But I think that he took that road less traveled, and in doing so, we saw the best version of Landon Donovan. He took a lot of flack over the years from the press, from the fans, even from Jurgen Klinsmann. But he said, this is how I want to do it. And I got a lot of respect for the fact that that's what he did. And I'm excited to see after this year what Landon Donovan does with soccer, because I think he still has a lot to give.
Careers are always an interesting thing, is you never know when is the right time to finish it, when isn't. He's having a fantastic year with the LA Galaxy. You know, obviously you have the disappointment with not getting named to this final World Cup squad. When is the right time? Only Landon can make that decision. He's decided this is his last year. We'll see if it's the right one.
He's talked about doing it his way, certainly going out on top. Be an eyewitness. He will captain the team. He will play approximately the first 30 minutes. Our coverage, 6:40, the U.S. and Ecuador from East Hartford, Connecticut. We'll look for you then. On an autumn evening in New England, as the leaves turn, the pages of American sports history turn in East Hartford. The greatest goal scorer and clutch performer in United States soccer history departs the international game. Landon Donovan may be in the best form of his career, but as he steps away from the beautiful game, the nation whose shirt he has worn for 14 years gathers tonight to say thank you for the goals, the goosebumps, and the memories. Tonight, a farewell and another step in this World Cup cycle. U.S. men's national team action presented by EA Sports FIFA 15. The United States and Ecuador, all eyes, all expectations. The final act in the U.S. national shirt here in East Hartford, Connecticut for Landon Donovan. It ends for every athlete at some point. They must step away from the game. Along with Alexi Lalas, Casey Keller, I'm Bob Lee. My good friends and colleagues, between the two of you, 198 times in the U.S. shirt. And tonight, Landon Donovan puts it on for the 157th and final time, leaving in a year in which he didn't play in the World Cup, but leaving certainly, if not at the top of his form, as well as he's played in recent memory.
Look, for me, Landon Donovan is the greatest American male player ever to step on the field for the U.S. He is as exciting as he is at times frustrating. He has taken that road less traveled, and he's taken a lot of heat for it from players, from press, from the fans, and from Jurgen Klinsmann. But I would argue that by taking that road, we saw the best version of Landon Donovan. And having said all that, this is kind of a strange game. It's strange in the location, it's strange in the timing, it's strange in the team that is surrounding him. And for me, even the concept's a little strange. I have no problem for a testimonial for a club situation, but for international, it's a little weird. Did you know, Bob, that 730 men in American history have had the opportunity, the privilege to represent this country in an international? And it doesn't matter to me whether you're Landon Donovan at 156 caps or Tim Twellman back in 1982, who had one and only one cap. You are part of that family, an equal part of that family. However, I do recognize why this game is being done. Sunil Gulati is smart, he is shrewd, and this is tactical. It is good going forward to have a relationship with Landon Donovan with regards to the U.S. soccer. And this summer, we know that it hasn't been the greatest when it comes to the relationship. But going forward, Landon Donovan is going to do a whole lot when it comes to soccer without kicking the ball, and I'm excited to see that part of his life.
And we'll talk about the relationship between he and Jurgen Klinsmann. We'll hear from Landon a little bit on that, but he leaves as the face for 15 years on the field and off, the expectations ever present for him.
It was a big pressure on Landon from a really early age, and so I think we've witnessed over the last couple of years these little murmurs from Landon talking about, well, maybe I think I'm finishing, or I'm, and it's that age-old question that all professionals have to ask themselves: when is the right time to hang it up? And Landon has made that decision. Was some of it the sabbatical a year ago, some of it not making the World Cup team, but you could tell he was kind of losing that passion a little bit. And only Landon Donovan can know if this is the right time for him to hang it up or not.
Well, the numbers he leaves behind are simply epic. 5 goals in World Cup finals. He's the only American to score multiple goals in 2 World Cups. The 57 goals, far and away the record holder. He broke Eric Winalda's record 7 years ago. 58 assists. That's more than the next 3 U.S. assist folks on the parade combined. And 156 caps, soon to be 157. 12 World Cup goals. Only Kobe Jones has worn the national shirt more in American soccer history. The United States lineup tonight. Landon Donovan will start. He's expected to play about the first half hour. He'll wear the captain's armband. Brad Guzan will be in net. The United States will start in a 4-4-2, at least first start ever for Matt Garza. Andre Yedlin will get his first start. And they're up front with Josie Altidore, who talked movingly the other day about what Donovan's pep talk to him, Altidore, meant before Altidore's first ever cup. Landon gets the first 30 minutes. But who are you looking at, Alexi, besides the man of the hour?
I'm looking at young Joe Jal, number 7 right there, because we talked to Jurgen Klinsmann yesterday, and he said, you know what? I am going to pressure my players during this game to take risks. And I want to see this guy take risks. I want to see this guy use that incredible speed that he has in his second start now for the U.S. to take players on a consistent basis. I'm excited to see what this guy brings to the table.
Look, Greg Garza get a great opportunity at left back. First start, played against the Czech Republic last month for his first cap. An opportunity from the beginning. You need to take every opportunity you get as a young player to show the manager that you belong in this squad. You never know. How many times have we seen a player at the beginning of a cycle go on and play a lot of games after that? Big opportunity for Greg Garza tonight.
And he'll be able to tell his grandkids someday he got his first start for the national team on the night that Landon Donovan made his final appearance. Landon Donovan, he is the headliner. He's the heartbeat of this entire evening here in East Hartford. Has spent half his life as a professional soccer player, has been the face of the game, as we've said, on and off the field. A player of electric skills and a man of unstinting honesty. Here's Jeremy Schaap.
The games.
You could not write a script like this.
The goals.
Donovan scores.
The adulation. The controversies. For Landon Donovan, soon it will be goodbye to all that. At the age of 32, when most people are just embarking on their life's work, Donovan is bidding farewell to the career that has been his.
When you think about what it's going to be like putting on the U.S. national team uniform for one last time, what thoughts are uppermost in your mind?
It's half my life that I've spent wearing that jersey many times during the year. So it's going to be a lot of things. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be sad. It's going to be nostalgic for me. There's a lot of feelings, good and bad, about what have happened over my career and in the last year, and you make sure that all that can kind of settle so that you can just enjoy it.
The bad came less than 5 months ago when U.S. national team coach Jurgen Klinsmann decided to leave Donovan at home for the World Cup, igniting a firestorm.
Part of you is embarrassed. Part of you is upset. You want to be there. And then I have so many friends and teammates. The guy who sits next to me every day in my locker is on the field, so you're pulling for these guys too.
Why would you be embarrassed?
There's a sense of like, I didn't do enough to make it. I feel like, you know, I should be there. At the end of the day, it was not meant to be in that way, and you have to move on. That's part of life.
How would you describe your relationship with Jurgen?
At this point, we don't really have a relationship, so.
It was at his first World Cup in 2002 that Donovan powered the Americans to the round of 8, Team USA's best showing since 1930. But at the next World Cup in Germany in 2006, both Donovan and the American team regressed, going winless, eliminated in the first round. The golden boy of U.S. soccer was tarnished. 4 years later, a newly centered and secure Donovan led the U.S. to South Africa. In that World Cup, he would fashion not one, but two of American soccer's most electric results. First, he scored a goal early in the second half against Slovenia, sparking a U.S. rally.
What a goal! Landon Donovan! Tremendous strike for the United States!
Then, in the next game, against Algeria, with the U.S. seconds away from being eliminated and leaving Africa in humiliation.
And Donovan has scored! Oh, can you believe this? Go, USA! Oh, it's incredible!
When it's said, and it's often said, Landon Donovan is the greatest soccer player this country's ever produced, what thoughts go through your head?
It's nice. It's very nice. In a lot of ways, I hope at some point that it's Landon Donovan's one of the best people we met, or one of the best guys I knew. I hope at least that the way I played was part of what people liked. Just sort of unabashed and just sort of went for it and tried to win. And I hope people appreciate that.
Jeremy Schaap with Landon Donovan. Of course, what catches your ear, I have no relationship with Jurgen Klinsmann.
Yeah, it shouldn't be any surprise to anybody out there. And I don't think that they don't like each other. I just don't think that they understand each other. I think Jurgen Klinsmann looks at Landon Donovan and cannot wrap his mind around and reconcile the choices that Landon Donovan has made because they are completely two different animals.
Look, it's normal. Sometimes a manager you click, sometimes a manager you don't click. But take nothing away. Landon went his own route. He chose more of a domestic career than time in Europe. The numbers don't lie. He's done what he's done. He's been the poster boy for U.S. soccer, the poster boy for MLS. He took a lot of responsibilities on his shoulders. One of the best American players of all time.
And his 157th cap comes tonight here in East Hartford against Ecuador. They were in Brazil. Great performance there at the bottom of your screen. Valencia. Enter Valencia had 3 goals, the West Ham striker. With those 3 goals catching many eyes around the world. Ecuador is here. And of course, coming up in just a moment, we'll give you our favorite Landon Donovan moments as we take a look now at Landon Donovan's dynamic moments. Brought to you by EA Sports FIFA 15.
Chance here for the U.S. Donovan in on goal. Open net. Scores! Donovan going middle. Deflected into the middle. Donovan scores!
Looks, crosses, right there for the header. Goal! Landon Donovan!
Is history made tonight? Yes! Your all-time leading goal scorer.
Cross, and Dempsey is denied again, and Donovan has scored! Oh, can you believe this? Oh, played into there, and Landon Donovan! 2-0, USA over Mexico!
Momentarily, they'll be out on the pitch. USA and Ecuador, Landon Donovan's final match. Guys, we all have our favorite Landon moment. What's yours, Big Red?
Oh, well, let's go back to 2002. Come on, 2-0. You can't get better than this. Look at this. Landon Donovan finishing it off against Mexico in the World Cup. Great ball in. But you know what? People don't remember. He ran from the center circle all the way to the far post. Shows his incredible finishing ability and his incredible anticipation. Wonderful moment.
Look, so much is said about Landon's goal scoring and Landon's assists. This is a 5-0 game against Cuba in the 90th minute. I have a chance to break the U.S. shutout record. Landon Donovan is tracking back on the right-hand part of your screen, 80 yards to make a tackle to try to help me keep that roar.
I'll remember Newtown, Connecticut, just 4 weeks after Hell visited that small town. Landon Donovan, a lot of folks in soccer. Landon, the headliner that night. Every autograph, every picture, every question, every moment, every handshake, accommodated everyone, was man of the match for something larger than the game. And now, he's talked of the emotions he's been suppressing for the last several days, putting on that shirt for the last time, having to take it off tonight for the last time, and about to walk out as captain for his country for the last time. He has 20 family members here as guests of U.S. Soccer. I'm sure everyone at home, everyone here has their favorite Landon Donovan moment. They'll make a presentation to Landon Donovan. They've made a collage of all the different jerseys he's worn through his 14-year national team career. They framed it in California redwood, and they've etched on the back the names of every U.S. national teammate with which he's ever played. First, a presentation from the Ecuadorian delegation, and then the presentation of that collage of every jersey. And there have been some interesting fashion choices through the years. We've looked at some of those tapes, and all the matches, large and small. 5 years ago tonight in San Pedro Sula, Honduras, he scored in a come-from-behind victory for the United States that put the U.S. into World Cup 2010 in South Africa. And he said earlier today, if I lived my life the way others wanted, it would be a pretty miserable life. He has made his choices, done things his way, and will depart on his terms. Now Sunil Gulati will make that presentation, the president of the United States Soccer Federation and a member of the FIFA Executive Committee. And this game is Sunil Gulati's creation. He brokered this. He put this together and all the names. With each name a memory. I mentioned earlier Josie Altidore had said to me yesterday, the night before Altidore played his first time for the national team, Donovan came to him, and Altidore was a bundle of nerves. He says, listen, you're here for a reason. Don't worry about the crowds. He said, that meant so much to me when Landon Donovan came to me and mentored me and put me in a good place for my first cap. And tonight, Altidore plays beside him for 30 minutes, and Donovan will gain his final cap.
Little situations that I think people don't really understand about Landon. You know, just the teammate that he has been, the person that he has been, it means so much to a player like Josie Altidore in those little moments.
The Ecuadorian anthem, Salve o Patria. And now a moment for the memory bank. Wearing his nation's shirt for the final time, standing for his nation's anthem, Landon Donovan and the U.S. national team. And the era ends tonight, the punctuation on a career without peer for the United States. On the other side of the break, Ian Darke, Taylor Twellman, the story of the U.S. and Ecuador, and Landon Donovan.